Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Alright, well hi everyone! So, we're just doing some farming for Natlan today in Genshin, and hopefully we can have a kind of relaxing time. Just, go around, find some chests, things like that. One thing I do want to mention though, because there was an issue in the Discord server, no soliciting. Okay, please no soliciting to either myself or the members of my community like that. I find it very rude, and I will ban people for that. Okay, so I understand you guys are starving artists and things like that, and by all means, but please don't do that. It's kind of annoying, for the people who do not want to commission you. So please don't. I don't want anybody to be bothered. So, all right. So let me hop over. So we're just going to be doing some commissions, and then we'll go around and maybe do the event. Oh, I wanted to pull first. Hang on. Since it is May 1st, the shop has reset with the Stardust exchange, and we can buy the Quaint Fates. Wait, I can't talk today. Quaint Fates. And we'll do a pull on the standard banner and see what we get. I actually calculated it out yesterday, and I will be getting a 4-star in this today for here. I hope it's Chevreuse, because I don't have her, but let's see. Okay, so all right, here we go. I'm not anywhere near pity, so I'm not expecting to get a 5-star or anything. I gotta adjust my headset. I can't hear myself. Okay. Oh, there's a pink one. Oh, I got a Beto. Well, the good thing is though is that if you already have them at C6, they convert into Star Glitter, and then you basically can like rebuy your fate that you missed out on. So that's too bad, but okay. Or I should say, oh well. There's always next time. Last one? Okay, yeah. So this month is a little bit of a wash, but maybe next time. Alright. So let's see. What are our commissions? Okay, we got those. The Dangerous Hall. Okay, well, we can either do these or just go look for chests. So I think maybe we'll just go look for chests. That's the one nice thing about how they changed it over, because now you can either do your daily commissions, or you can be like, I don't want to do that, and just go find treasure chests. So let me see. Go into my bag. Oops. Whoops. Ah. Let's see. Let's put the Fontaine one, we'll do that one, and then we'll also do Leeway one, because I haven't explored Chinyu Vale completely, and so that we can that'll help us find some, oh, whatchamacallit, some more chests. And let's do that one. Kind of want to have a pet, so let's do little Healy today. He's a cute little guy. I like how this one can go underwater too with you, so. Alright, so anything here? Doesn't look like there's anything left under here.
How can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
Go here, because this is where we were going yesterday. But the thing is funny too is that on the map it says, ooh, you did 100%. But then you'll keep finding chests there. It's like until you're not actually 100%. Yeah, see? So nice about this now is that it's actually showing you where the chest is instead of oh, look, a music spin crystal. Oh, that's not the chest. Also, it's saying the chest is up a little bit. Where? Is it in the pipe? Ah, yes it is. Yeah, the other thing too is that I was doing some calculations yesterday, and I was looking at what fates I have. Okay, and I calculated it out that since I lost the 50-50 to Chi-Chi, I think let me check. I think I did 2 10 rolls. Let me check. Excuse me, I have a bit of the hiccups. Let's see. 5, 10. So I have 11. I have about 11 pity. And so that means I only need about 80 fates in order to guarantee my Sijuin since I got Chi-Chi last time. Which means that I will still end up having, let's see, 120, about 120 fates left over after I get Sijuin. If I don't roll in 4.8, that means I have the rest of this period, so 30, plus another 40 for Sijuin's band, or the 4.7, plus another 40 for 4.8, and that's not including things like events and things like that. That's just like, oh, bought Welkin, do the daily, there you go. So that would be 80, 90, 100, 110. So 110 plus 120 would be about 240. So I would actually be pretty good in getting a Natlan character if I want the first one that comes out. It's kind of funny because I actually have not gotten the first Natlan character 5-star that appeared in the game. Like I don't have Kazuha. I never rolled for him. I didn't get Linny. What was the first one for Sumeru? I might have gotten Sumeru's. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, because the first one for Sumeru was Tignari. And I did specifically roll on him on his banner, his first banner, because they said that, oh, he's going to be put on standard. And for some people, that was like, oh, that means I don't have to roll. But for me, I was like, I really want this guy. If I don't roll now, he's going to get put into the slot of you might never get him. And considering I was still suffering my genelessness, and she hadn't shown up, even though I basically been playing from the get-go, I was like, nah, okay, I better do this. So I actually did get the first 5-star for Sumeru of being Tignari. And then the next one wasn't until Sino. So yeah, but here you look. It's like missed out on Kazuha. Missed out on Linny. So on, so I'll get them someday, but right now there's just so many other characters, and with Natlan coming, I kind of want to have some stuff in my pocket, so when I see a character that I go, oh my gosh, I love that one, I want to be able to get it without having to stress about, oh my gosh, I only got 40 days left, or whatever. Yeah. This is the first Mondstadt that wasn't a standard is Venti. And then the first leeway that wasn't a standard is Zhongli. No chest there. Bing. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna roll a C3 Baizu, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, do I really need a C3 Baizu? You know, considering that what his constellation would rank up, I don't really even use that much. And like I said, with Natlan coming, yeah, like these little guys, like they don't even fight you. The big crabs will hurt you. Like they'll come after you, but these little guys are just like, no, shield. Also, they got these cute little red circles on their shells, so they look like they got little cheeks. These are just so cute. So sorry, little guy. I'll leave you alone. I find it cute how the little Sealy has a air bubble around him. He's the only one who does this too. The other Sealies will just suck back in when you're swimming around. And there. We did get quite a few yesterday, so. Music is just so peaceful. A lot of Genshin music is very relaxing. idea what these lead to, but... It's like Pac-Man. They give you a little, little gold, what it's called. They're not chests, they're like little just gold containers. Honestly, I kind of wish that Rimura was a little bit more like Enkanomiya. Because this one it's very rocky and not much like physical buildings. But, I'm sure they're working on Natlan. I know a lot of people had been, or I shouldn't say a lot, but I had seen posts of people who were going and saying things like, "Why is this like? Why is this section so empty? Like, there's nothing here. Like, there's a few chests in the forest, and that's it. Where is everything?" And, you know, I mean, when you think about it, they just made Chenyu Vale, which is pretty big and also has a lot of stuff in it. Then they're also working on Natlan, which is coming up in August, and they're probably working on the summer event place, because they always have a new area for the summer event that disappears after the event is over. So so they have a lot of that to work on. So this one just ends up being this one that kind of gets skimped, I guess, a little bit, because they have other stuff that they're working on. We might have gotten a lot of the things. Actually don't need to fight those guys. Ha ha ha. Oh, we had other stuff that we could get, but Alright, we did do quite a bit yesterday. Oh, fun. That. Grab this. There we go. One of those things that every few Primo Gems help, even if it's 2. You know, they will build up eventually. That. Oh, this one's empty. Take the pearls because I will not let their... I don't know if you call it a sacrifice, because they technically don't kick the bucket. They just get quote-unquote scared off. And then they just respawn yesterday, tomorrow, so... What's in here? Hydro crystal fly. It's just so cool. Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be any in here, but might as well be thorough. I like how these steps are designed so they look like piano keys. And I guess with the whole music theme. This place is just so beautiful. It's a little bit of a shame though that after the story quest you like won't really have a reason to come back here. I mean, I guess unless you want to do something like do I don't know, character marriages with your NPC with your playable characters. You know, like you have the two people standing up there as they get married, and then other people are sitting here in the bleachers, being like, "Yay!" like they have in Animal Crossing. So, yeah. All right. Let me see. Not found enough chests yet. So what we're gonna do is I have this world quest to do in Chenyu Vale, so I think what we'll do is we'll go over there. And help with that. Help out with that, and that'll give us the commission points. You'll be writing a fantasy story at this rate, you know. I don't think this is a crime story anymore. Well, yeah, kinda. Can you really use something like that to move the plot forward? Wait, don't tell me you're... Exactly, I tend to write about a crime too absurd to be possible. Your reactions along with Miss fans are very interesting. I'll include them in my novel for sure. Yeah, but during the second festival day, the main character encounters the victim, who should be dead, only for yet another victim to soon emerge afterwards. Wait, and then what? Then what? Well, I haven't thought that far yet. Oh. I I'm leaving now. I don't know. I think this is kind of a neat idea. We're not going to go too far off, of course. So are you willing to help me out? Well, sure, we'll do it so you can tell us the end of your story. Please follow the standardized payment model. Thanks. I want to hear the story. Weird and spooky stuff. Meanwhile, I was reading the text, and Arlecchino was just like, "Well, I'm just gonna sit here," and it's kind of funny. Apparently, unless you move her, she stays like this. She's just like, "All right, I'm just gonna sit here and wait." She also taps her finger, so it's like, yeah, you're wasting her time. I'm gonna switch back since we're doing a kind of like world quest. And hop back here. Let's see.
I knew you'd miss me.
Put Farina because the thing is, I like I love Arlecchino, but I also don't want to burn any of the grass in Genuvale. It's just so pretty. And Arlecchino burns grass. I will tell you that. Oh, mountain. Oh, I won't be able to go back for a while, she says, and she's not upset about that at all. Where are we headed? Oh, there it is. See. The space within is pretty large. You should be able to insert a few. Stop. Jolly well. Keep those thoughts to yourself. And now she walks around talking like she's gonna commit murder. Well, time to hone my camera skills some more, I guess. Leave it to me. Solve the weight problem. Uh-oh, she walked off. I guess she was kidnapped by Zenko Beast. Did her novel turn out to be truer than fiction? They don't say stuff like that. I look away for a second. She's suffering from her imaginitis again. But yeah, I saw this little girl the other day when I first came to Genuvale, and she was walking. Yeah, she was walking along this way, and her outfit is similar in color to Baizu's. And so I scared myself because I was doing a cutscene, and I looked up and I saw a familiar color, and I was like, wait, Baizu's here? And then, no. But the thing is, I really think they should have incorporated him walking around in the background. What'd she do now? No, she's totally engrossed. Has she finally found a breakthrough? Or like a real roadblock? You arrived in time. Could you tie me to a wooden stake? What the heck? Did Paimon hear that right? Yes, that's exactly what I said. Please tie my hands and string me up by them on a tree. Well, they're all wood anyway, so it should make no difference. I don't intend to become a suspect in your novel. Oh, don't worry. I've already written up a liability document which assigns responsibility for all mishaps that might occur to me. No, that's not the problem. Why do you want us to tie you up at all? You haven't done anything wrong. But the main character of my novel will be strung up by their hands by the villagers and left in the wild for a whole night, awaiting the Genshin beast's judgment. Later in the plot, the main character, having expected this turn of events, will somehow survive and endure the night before revealing the truth behind everything. However, I have no clue how a person who has been tied up for a whole night would feel, not how they sound, think, or even more. That's why I need you two to tie me up and keep me here the whole night. That way I'll be able to experience those feelings for myself. Nope, this is way too dangerous. Isn't there a safer way to do this? That's too dangerous. Instead of that, I could raise my hands up and stay here for the whole night. Look at Lumine's face. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Or you could just not write that novel. Our actions here could be easily misunderstood. You're really putting your main character through the ringer? If we use this method, you won't have to commit any crimes. What do you mean, we won't have to? Not that we ever had to. We never had to in the first place. Well, I mean, you really don't have to do that much. Just stand guard by my side so I won't be dragged off by someone or some animal while I gather the information I need. Hey, wait for us! Oh my gosh. Oh gee, we're seriously doing this. Alright, well let me grab this tea first. Her arms are gonna be so stinking sore tomorrow. I knew it. I don't think the character would be able to return to the village alone like this. So that's how it feels. It's quite awful indeed. Not only am I exhausted, I feel like even my mind's gotten all sluggish. Mission accomplished then? Of course, I finally know how it feels to be tied, strung up, and left to the elements for a night. The protagonist of yours is pretty tough. That's right, I've also figured out how the protagonist is going to chase the giant beast away. If we conclude the story that way, it will surely... Oh, are they gonna pull off a super cool trick? It will surely be really awesome. Hey, oh! Couldn't you have said how this would work before fainting? Let's get her to a doctor. Back to the village. My gosh. It's like, Baizu, are you available? Lady made herself faint. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's good. This. The one really good thing about this too is that you, if you're trying to like raise friendship with characters that you don't have fully built yet, you don't have to use them specifically in the commission. You can just do other things and then be like, oh, okay, here you go, here you get the points. And now these guys end up getting the friendship points instead of being it poured into characters that it doesn't matter. That basically they're already full or they're the traveler. Yeah, apparently one of these tea tree plants, they call them trees, but they're more like bushes to me.
Somehow, if I want to be able to sell them.
What's going on here? What? This guy does not understand what his master just meant. There's no hurry either, is there? You've been doing this for what, less than 10 years? It would be unrealistic to expect to surpass the masters right away. 10 years, wow. If that's his wife, this guy better get a move on, because she's not gonna wait that long. Anyway, and so they said that Baizu apparently planted one of these before he left home. Because I think with Baizu's story quest, basically, or his background, that basically what happened was that he was living in a village as a kid, probably younger than 5 years old. Because it said that there was a plague that hit his village, and both of his parents passed away. However, his eventual master, who had Changsheng, appeared in the village after Baizu's parents had passed away, and managed to cure the villagers, including Baizu. And then, since Baizu was all alone,
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised.
Since Baizu was all alone, and also just
Skyward! Scatter!
there a chest. Oh, there. What a strange place to put it.
Perhaps one should invent some form of curio discernment mechanism.
That's interesting. But anyway, and so they cured the plague in the village, and but then when they were gonna leave, the Baizu's master and Changcheng decided to take Baizu with them because one, Baizu was now an orphan, and two, he apparently was a very bright young man, and they were kind of like, oh, he could be whatchamacallit. He could be a student of the doctor. And so they, so apparently he lived here with his master and Changcheng and so on. And then eventually, the bushes keep glitching out. That is very weird. And then apparently, after the master died, Baizu made the contract with Changcheng, and then they moved to Liyue Harbor and opened up Boo Boo Pharmacy.
This is incredible. No, extraordinary.
That's where that came from. I was watching a what was it? It was an MMD where somebody took the models for Genshin characters and they I think it's best to explain it. I must be getting tired because my brain's not working properly. It was the voice actors for Genshin played Among Us, and somebody went and they took the audio and they made visuals for it in the sense of, oh, the characters were actually talking. And one of the points was that Yomaya ends up getting killed in Among Us, and as she's screaming about it because she's like stressed out because she finally got her task done, and yet she got killed. And Kabe's voice actor is the one who sees this happen, and in the animation, he shows up and points and he goes, "Oh, extraordinary!" So I was like, when did he say that? There you go. That's when he said it. There's a lot of treasure chests here. Is this? Here. Oh.
The work will always be there, but you can't be always working. Besides, I already sold plenty of tea this month.
Like, oh yeah, someone saw this guy and they were like, "Hey, it's Herbalist Gwei." But he's like, it's a lookalike. But it's kind of funny, like if you wanted to have Baizu here and be like, "Oh yeah, I came here with Gwei today." Maybe it's on top of the buildings? Oh, he's looking at the cat, I think? I'm gonna find I'm gonna go, oh, I feel so silly. there it is.
What a lucky find. Bet that's made your day.
Yeah, Genu Vale is definitely a... It's done so nicely. It's basically Leeway 2.0. Kind of one of those, if we knew then what we know now, this is what Leeway would have looked like, but maybe more brown. Not that the regular Leeway is bad or anything. I think it's really nice. Whoop. No, go away, you. I don't want to fight you. This single bush. Let's hop over to Catherine real quick, so before I forget. Yeah, I saw a post from someone. They said that to them, Genu Vale was so beautiful that if they had a Catherine there, they just lived there. They just set their commissions to Genu Vale, and they'd stay there. Which I totally understand.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Hi, Shu. Nice to see you. We're just doing some Genshin and
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
looking for chests for Natlan and stuff like that. Probably doing a little bit of farming and stuff for Siege Queen and things like that, so. How have you been? Also, if I happen to ever say your guys' names wrong, I apologize. I am horrible at names. It's like one of those things of once I... It's one of those that once I get your name, I will remember it forever and how to say it, but until that point, I struggle a little bit. But... okay. Got that. Let's go back here and see if we can find any more chests. Excuse me. I just rubbed my nose and my model decided to have throw a fit. There you go. It's weird. It's like you wouldn't think that like rubbing your nose would be such a big deal when you're doing this, but since the face tracking is looking at your eyes and nose and your jaw and your lips and everything, you block any of it and your model just kind of wigs out. That's why if I need to get a drink, I have to actually turn my head and sip it from the side. I can't hold it in front of my face because it'll actually throw it off. Five primo gems from that. Oh yeah, there I go again, sorry. It's pollen, I got a bunch of pollen. Yeah, we're looking to open 240 chests and complete 48 open world mechanisms. So I need to do 10 of these, and we need to get 8 more of these. This is actually kind of funny. Yesterday when we were doing the, or finishing up the Fontaine Statue of the Seven, I needed 40 of for the final level, and I had 32, so it's kind of funny that number popped up again.
The ability to appreciate beauty is an important virtue.
I need to train Cave a little bit more. When I got him, I was so busy focusing on Baizu that I kind of put him to the side. I mean, he's level 80, but I mean, I guess he's not too bad. But he's not fully ready. He's very handsome though. The little things that come off of his hair, the little brown bits, reminds me of puppy dog ears.
Design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement.
They remind me of puppy dog ears, and so they're kind of cute. That down a little bit. Also, the back part of his hair, the part that kind of goes down past his shoulders, it just looks so soft and fluffy, you know? Let's see. Yeah, I saw a post from someone where they're talking about this new function for the,
Scanning.
new function for the treasure compasses, and they basically said that they're like, whoever made the decision to add that feature so that you're not like playing hot and cold trying to find the chest anymore, it's just there. They're like, I could kiss that person. Alright, so this is lockdown. What are we looking for here? Maybe something up the river? A tree. Whirls. This'll lead us somewhere? I don't know if this is actually going to go anywhere, but I guess let's hop up the mountain and see. Okay. I have to fight these guys?
Come at me.
Skyward! Overruled. Everlasting as the moon. Go transfixed.
Ah! Ah! Nope! Nope! Ah!
Let's get it on. Skyward. Make way for the Adeptus. You asked for it.
Breaking new ground. Scanning.
Witness my rise. Overruled.
The one problem when you have your world at level 8, if your characters aren't fully built and at the top of their condition, they have issues. There we go. I have no idea where I actually got that cup from. I don't remember. But hey, it unlocked the chest, so that's what I care about.
Don't forget to wash.
We're gonna cutscene. Oh, we got a little flooded.
The doctor was
Solidify!
Strike a pose!
Bow your head. This is order.
Let my name echo in song!
Stabilize.
It got so dark. I'm like, what's happening? I can't see where all the enemies are.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Yeah, I know the other day, somebody was talking about Shangli, and I mentioned about how it's kind of interesting on how Shangli is all like, oh, you know, this thing is so precious, it would be shame to leave it behind, we gotta take it with us. And like he tries to buy stuff that he doesn't have the money for, and yada yada. And so it kind of conveys that like, oh, well, he's a hoarder, he's hoarding treasure. And you think, oh gosh, that's really bad, right? Because your hoarders are bad. But then you realize Zhongli is a dragon. He's hoarding treasure like dragons are known to do. So I said that and everybody was like, or the person I was talking to was like, I didn't think of it like that before. And I was like, yeah. Like, that's why he's always so like, oh, we can't leave this behind. You know, we should, you know, it's too precious. We need to take it with us because of the fact that this purple area over here. Because of the fact that he is a dragon and he hoards things. To be honest, I would not be surprised if like Nivulette also had a hoard of treasure. Although knowing him, it'd probably be something water equivalent.
Mind the side effects. I will have order. Solidify.
Shower me with praise!
Oh, no. Oh.
Stabilize.
Strike a pose! The doctor was seeing.
There you go.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Mind the side effects.
I guess the water must have gotten a little bit deeper because it was trying to show the whole, ooh, the, you know, clean, crisp water of Chenyu Vale to make the beautiful, you know, fresh tea from the beautiful tea leaves, that type of idea. He's chasing that boar.
Solidify.
Shower me with praise.
Silence.
Ah! Here I go saving its life, and it tries to charge me. Yeah, I'd say the only downside to Farina's little helper helper characters is that, oh, there's a challenge, I think. Is the fact that once they sense a campfire or something, or a cooking pot, they will go all tilt at it, which isn't unusual for those types of constructs. But the problem with hers is that they drain your HP. And I think they only drain it to half. Like, it's not going to accidentally kill you. But it's still kind of this aspect of like, down, you guys, down. The cooking pot, it does not need to be attacked. Oh, nope, don't need to go that far. Need to grab the treasure chest first.
Don't forget to wash your hands. Goodness knows where these things have been.
All the violet grass. It's just so pretty.
When on the road, one should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
Baizu goes through so much, but he tries so hard not to get into people's way and not to, you know, let himself be a burden. You know, just like with that line he just said on how, oh, you know, sometimes it's nice to stop and look at the scenery, which it translates to, I'm getting really tired. I kind of need a chance to sit down, but I don't want to say that because I don't want to make the traveler think that we have to because of me. I mean, heck, he almost doesn't tell us about his whole contract with Changsheng and how it ends up hurting him and what his goals are and everything. It ends up being up to Changsheng to basically just say, you know, Baizu, you gotta tell somebody sometime, and him like being, you know, not wanting to, and then Paimon and the Traveler showing up and Changsheng just being like, yeah, guys, he is having this issue. Like, she doesn't even, she's like, he's not gonna tell you, so I will. Well, thank you.
Don't forget to wash your hands. Goodness knows where these things have been.
I read an inscription and got a chest. Look at that.
Stabilize.
Strike a pose.
Settle down. Be sanctified.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession. Abandoned property belongs to whoever finds it first, so it's legally yours now.
Mind the side effects.
I really didn't know that Neuvillette was going to do a finders keepers rule. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not how the actual law works. I am sure that's not how the actual law works. But I remember, what was it? I was watching one of those judge shows on TV. It was like Judge Joe Brown or Judge Judy or one of those. And what was it? I don't remember if it was the plaintiff or the defendant, but one of them, basically, you had two people, and the one guy had a something. I don't remember what it was. It was an object or something. And the other person had taken it and which basically stole it. Okay? And that person's defense was basically possession is 9/10 of the law. And the judge was just like, no, that's not a real law. That's a law that you hear on like TV for sitcoms and drama shows. That is not a real thing. Not to mention too, it's kind of like, even if it was a real thing, it would basically still mean she was in the wrong, because if possession is 9/10 of the law, then that means that the guy she stole it from had possessed it first, so it belonged to him. There's some crabs over there. Also, too, even when you're looking at the whole finders keepers, losers weepers type of thing from like a kid point of view, like, it's still mean. You know, it's still not proper, you know? Because the only people who say those things are people who stole something.
How brilliant!
From someone else and are trying to come up with an excuse or a reason why they apparently get to keep what they stole versus giving it back to the person it actually belongs to. So, you know, so it's not losers weepers, it's loser gets their thing back, because if you don't give it to them, they're going to call the police on you. according to the achievements, there should at least be another 9 mechanisms to do. Oh, although we're almost up to the 240 with the chest. Look at that. So if we can find the mechanisms. See, where have we not gone? Check over here.
The deck juice.
Solidify.
There you go.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Jade Mount Treasure Hunter. Alright, so the last one we have to do is to find out where all these open world mechanisms are hiding. Then we get this really nice name card, which would fit really well with Baizu, because apparently Baizu's... which I still do not understand
This wine tastes the
why they decided to give Gangming the job of sending us to Chenyu Vale, or I should say guiding us through Chenyu Vale, when Baizu was literally right there. I mean, the poor man didn't even... he showed up as a speck. A speck in a cutscene. And the thing is, he's finally playable. He should be getting more attention. Not all this hullabaloo.
I trust you have packed ample foodstuffs.
Oops.
What trinkets have we here? Present them for one's perusal.
I mean, to be honest, if it had been Cloud Retainer that had guided us around Chenyu Vale, I wouldn't have minded, because it's like, okay, you know, she's a 5-star, she's got similar kind of color patterns to Baizu, she's an Adeptus, we've known her for a while, you know, so on and so forth. But the thing is, it was, and I have nothing against Gangming, really. I mean, I don't. He's a good little guy. But I'm just like, holy cow, why did they keep upstaging Baizu with 4 stars? Like this happened when he was when he debuted and people were all excited about Kaveh instead of him. Oh, I guess that one counted. And then it happened again
Peace prevails throughout the land.
in this
and
one.
all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is an auspicious era for humanity.
He also ends up basically his reruns get put in positions where he has nothing to do with the story at all. He doesn't even show up during any of the events or anything. And it's very disheartening, you know? I mean, on one hand, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you know, he can't be in every event or even every leeway event, and you know that makes sense. You know, it's but then you have like Hu Tao shows up in like every Lantern Rite, and it's just like, give me a break. Where's the little guy that needs to go here? Not down there. Oh, is this the guy? He got brought up there by the squirrels. Like, don't worry, I'll bring you back. It's here somewhere. Oh, a small token of my gratitude. He gives us 3 chests. Like, wow.
Perhaps one should invent some form of curio discernment mechanism.
Come back here. Sometimes it's kind of funny how the stuff just starts rolling away. Like, no, you can't go down the mountain. Like eventually most of them stop, but like, look at this guy. He's still going. Roll and roll. Roll down the hill. There you go. Alright. To be honest, I know that next year is going to be the year of the snake, and all of us Baizu fans are kind of holding our breaths because we're like, okay, this has got to be Baizu's moment. And a lot of us are on the thought process of if Baizu doesn't at least get a decent sized part in that year's Lantern Rite, it's basically, and like the people, it'll be over, right? They'll be just like, okay, he's never gonna get any attention ever, and we should just stop hoping, because some people even said, just watch, they'll go and they'll create some other snake type of character to put in there to be the main character instead of Baizu. And it's just like, oh gosh. Oops. Where are we headed? Over there.
These could be salvaged for parts.
The thing is, too, is like, I wouldn't be making such a stink about it if I felt that Baizu had gotten basically the minimum of what a typical 5-star usually gets. But the thing is, he didn't. He's been missing out on stuff since the beginning, and I mean, he got a very nice story quest. I really did like his story quest, and he got his web event, which is good, and he's finally getting his birthday art. Him being one of the people for White Day too that was picked was really nice, because it was very weird. He came out around his birthday, but because they put him in second phase, they didn't give him his birthday art, even though he came out on like May 2nd, because he was in second banner. And so it was kind of like we basically had to wait a year for him to get his first birthday art. But like I said, at least he got some White Day art. It is very frustrating when you're online and people decide that he's like the thing they want to pick on. Like you have people who go and say things like, oh, Yao Yao's better, Kave's better, Nahida's better, and it's just like, well, I mean, Nahida's an Archon, so yeah. However, for the other two, you're just picking on Baizu. You don't even actually think that those characters are better. You're just deciding to be a jerk. Which, I should stay positive. I mean, at least he's playable, so that's the one good thing. Back in the day, I was actually kind of worried, because after Signor got fried, I was just like, who else are they gonna kill off? What's gonna happen? But I think what happened is they must have had some giant outcry or something after Signora's death. Because, they didn't kill off any more characters with unique models. And I know when I first, let's see, where is this? Gotta go in here. think. Yeah, there's only one layer, so. Go over this way and see what we can find.
Don't forget to wash your hands. Goodness knows where these things have been.
Because I know when I first started playing Genshin, and all the Honkai players were all like, ha ha ha, that all these characters in Genshin have red flags. They're all gonna get killed off because Honkai isn't afraid to kill off characters. Ha ha ha. But the thing is, I think Genshin became a lot more popular than MiHoYo expected. And then after they killed off Signora, and there was such a giant, horrible outcry about it, I think they must have pulled back a little bit. Because they're not following the same thing with Honkai Star Rail, because they are killing off characters in Honkai Star Rail, even playable characters. So definitely not. They're definitely following the Honkai part of that game. But for Genshin, they have been, I'm gonna say, playing it a little bit safer. Because I guess they don't want to get too many people upset at them. Which is totally understandable. I might have to go to the interactive map for this, to be honest. I'm pretty scared of heights. Do the people of Chenyu Vale also believe in the Crane Adepti? Yeah, he's just said that all Adepti who can protect the people are good Adepti, whether they be carp, crane, or deer. So I stopped thinking about it.
I see you're a guest from afar. Would you like my help in offering incense?
And maybe while Chung Chung is probably be like, what about the snake Adepti? What about me? Guy wasn't kidding. This is a hazard. Like, forget just people being scared of heights. This is one slip and off you go. You know, to be honest, when they kept talking about Chenyu Vale, I didn't expect there to be it to look like this. Like, I expected the beautiful green mountains and everything, but the way they kept mentioning it make it sound like, oh, the people of this place forgot about the snake and the fish adepti and their old god, and they just accepted Rex Lapis as the new god, and they all moved away to Liyue Harbor. And then you get here and it's like, no, this is a thriving, community with two fairly large towns, or at least large in Genshin comparison. Here's another one.
What? So all that running around was for this?
Shang, behave.
What direction's that? It is us looking out towards the north of Mondstadt. So, yeah, I don't know exactly where they're gonna put Natlan. People keep having different theories about it. Some people say that, oh, Natlan is gonna be like, connected to the Sumeru Desert. Other people are saying that, oh no, there's going to be like a port here somewhere in Mondstadt, and we'll take the port to Natlan. Which, I guess if we go by the size of the map right now and how far it stretches across, you can see how it bounces back here, that there's not a lot of room on this side. So, like, Natlan could be like in like this area maybe. I mean, and also too, they could always expand the map so that it doesn't bounce back, but like there's a lot more space down here. So if it is a desert, I would say Natlan is probably going to be in this area here somewhere. And then I would assume that Shesnaya, since it's north, it would be here. Oh, and everything is lagging. Hi, Kaj. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm just streaming for right now. We're just collecting stuff for like Primo Gems for Natlan and things like that. We're trying to currently find all the time mechanisms so that we can get the name card for Chenyu Vale, which I haven't gotten yet. So. Oh, you're not home right now and everything is lagging. Yeah. The lag is something else. I think lag is the enemy of every single online person. it's kind of interesting too with Genshin on how, like, you start off and you have a new region and it's great. And then somewhere about like halfway through, to like 3/4 of the way through, you start kind of getting tired of the region. In a way, you're kind of like, okay, can we move on? Can we see something other than this? And so on. And then eventually it finishes up, right? And you go on to the next region. But then while you're in that region and you're testing everything out and you're going like, wow, this is so cool, isn't this amazing? And so on, and it's great. You start going, I missed the region we just left. Maybe it's just a me thing. But it's like we were in Inazuma and we finished up Inazuma and then we went to and I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of tired of Inazuma. Or actually, I guess you could say it started all the way back with Leeway, because like you had Mondstadt and you had Leeway both at the same time when the game first started, and then we were basically in Leeway for a year. And everybody was like, okay, is Inazuma coming? And then I got to Inazuma, and Inazuma was neat and new and things, but it was also the Islands of Death. And I started being like, I kind of miss Leeway. At least the lightning storms didn't aim for you there. But then we finally went, but I started, once I kind of powered up my characters and stuff a little bit more, it became easier. I also solved a lot of the environmental issues that it was having, so the stuff stopped trying to kill me. But then we moved on from there to the Sumeru. And Sumeru was also nice and everything and new, but then I started kind of going, I sort of miss Inazuma. I missed like the familiarity of it. And then finally we left Sumeru and we went to Fontaine, and I was running around Fontaine. I was like, oh, this is really nice. But then I felt myself going, oh, I miss Sumeru. So there's going to be the same thing. We're going to be in Fontaine. We're kind of wrapping it up. We're starting to get kind of bored with Fontaine. And everybody's like looking towards Natlan, like, do we have any, info about the characters or info about this or that? And because that's like the newer thing and they're going to all get hyped for it. And but we're gonna probably go to Natlan, and it's gonna be like, I don't know, a bunch of new puzzles we'll have to figure out how to do. Maybe we're gonna be burning to a crisp, like they do in the Signora battle. Because so far we haven't actually run into. I don't think we've run into anywhere where we've actually had the heat. Whatchamacallit? The heat meter in anywhere but Signora's banner. But the thing is, it exists, so look how pretty that is. One of the neat things, though, is that from what we learned from, from what we've learned from Arlecchino's stuff, Chesnaya does have the Northern Lights, so that is going to be one of those really pretty bits. We're going to go to Chesnaya, and I'm sure we're going to look up and be like, wow, look at that. This guy's kind of cute.
Now that we've cleared out the bandits, this place...
Hello. Oh, I vaguely remember these guys. Didn't realize they were going to be sticking around for that long, though.
Now that we've cleared out the bandits, this place should be fine.
Yeah. The one good thing is even if the compass doesn't pinpoint the time mechanisms, it can at least send us into an area where, oh, here's a chest you didn't get, so here's other. I did not know this was here. What a coincidence. I was just climbing up here to be like, oh, I wonder what's up at this vantage point. And here I am running into a common chest.
Don't forget to wash your hands. Goodness knows where these things have been.
My goodness. Anyway, as I was saying, it basically sets it up for you so that you, if you haven't been in that area, chances are you haven't found all, like, the secrets that are there. So you don't have all the, you know, time mechanisms done or anything like that. I think I actually fought that guy before and nothing happened, so. Alright. Let's see. We've been going for about 2 hours or so. Let's go over here and maybe just wrap up a little bit. I'm getting kind of tired. Still, thank you guys for coming and watching with me.
This realm is truly... If you ever have any questions...
Yeah, I went and I redesigned a little bit this area. Guys, I can give you a little bit of a tour. Originally, what I had done was I had the house there, and I have the fountain set here. But then I finished up the fountain of the Fontaine Fountain, and they gave me this part, so I was like, oh, I'd really like to put this as the centerpiece or something. So I kind of overlaid it over the fountain, so it kind of ends up being sort of a bigger, cooler fountain. And then I went and put these flowers in there. It doesn't match up perfectly, unfortunately, because they are not, you know, one is slightly bigger than the other, and they're also not, you know, perfectly symmetrical to each other. But I still think it looks pretty nice. I also had this. Where'd it go? I had this outdoor set here, but after the buildings for Remuria came out, I'm sort of like, I kind of want to put these buildings here. So I put them here, and I actually moved the... I should move this too. It goes there. I had moved it before when I was working on the fountain, and I forgot to move it back. But I actually went and moved that one to here. So it kind of is like partly Melusine, partly hot spring and farm, and then the rest of it is like little tiny village stuff. And then down here we end up having the more I'm gonna say like metal, what do they call that? Oh gosh, what was it called? Steampunk? That's what it was. Steampunk type of thing. And so we have Poisson buildings, and also this piece here from the whatchamacallit, the Fortress of Meripede. Oh. And then I threw a couple more trees in because the only trees we have for Fontaine are actually, I have a copy of one, are these. Which, there's a lot more trees than this in Fontaine, but this is the only one we've actually gotten. I mean, you can kind of pair it with like these guys, because these show up everywhere. This one and like this one, like they show up all everywhere because they have the apples and oranges and stuff like that. Oranges? No. Apples and sunsettias and stuff like that on there, but I just find it so weird that we haven't gotten more Fontaine trees. But anyway. Oh, I also put these statues. What spin crystal did we get? That's very nice. Yeah, you know what's kind of interesting is that if you go to Paracore? Down here. Yeah, this place. If you go here and you listen, it kind of sounds more like Italian music, which makes total sense when you think about how Remuria is basically Rome, but if Remus had won the fight and taken over instead of Romulus in the mythology. So it makes total sense that this little island would be Italy, basically. The only sad part about this whole thing is that reading the books from Remuria talks about a Americorca? You see, where is it? I wonder if I have it in the books.
Problem I have flaring up again. Nothing to worry about.
No, but there's a mention of a word that looks very much like America in Genshin, which I know originally with Natlan it was supposed to be like, they said it was like indigenous peoples, and so people were like, oh, it's gonna be like North America and South America and kind of those mixed.
But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
But then they started talking about it as, oh, actually it's South America and Africa, and a little bit of Spain.
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Whoops. Like, don't jump over it. Don't think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah! Skyward!
There you go. So, it makes me kind of worried that I'm like, holy cow, is America extinct in Genshin? Is it considered an ancient civilization here and it doesn't exist? Like, I'm an American, I kind of wanted to see what it would have looked like in Genshin. But we'll have to see, because I mean, Chesnaya is supposed to be just Russia. As far as we've heard. Or, no, I shouldn't say just Russia, but probably Russia and the areas around it. In, like, cultural theming. Oh, look at that! The little arrows going around. Testing the wind. Oh. Alright. Alright, well, go over to chatting. Well, thank you guys all for coming, and I hope to see you again. I will be streaming a bit more on Friday. Thursday I'm going to kind of take a break, and I have some other stuff I want to do, or I need to do in the evening, so won't see you then, but I hopefully will see you on Friday in the evening, about 8 o'clock. And we'll just do some more Genshin and hopefully be able to finish and get our Chenyu Vale name card. As soon as I figure out where they put the rest of those time, what do they call them specifically? Yeah, the open world mechanism activated time trial challenges. So those guys. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you again later. Okay, bye!